What is good, my people? It's your boy Nzdusd. We're back again with another video. Today we're gonna do a trade breakdown on NZD/USD. I will pop some screenshots of the profits and everything here on screen, this and that, that and this. But without further ado, we're just gonna jump straight into this video, and I'll explain to you how I found the entries, so on and so forth. So first things first, we need to look at the charts on the higher time frame. We jump onto the weekly time frame to see exactly what's actually happening here. So on the weekly time frame, the first thing I do, or the first thing I did at the time, was hop into the line chart to see exactly what was happening. So the first thing I did notice that price was at a nice demand level, as you can see. So I noticed that each time price came to this area, there was some sort of action happening, whether it was resistance or support. But the last previous times the price did come to this section or this region or this area, price did have a tendency of pushing to the upside. So that was my first indication in this trade or in this chart that I should be looking for buys. So as you can see here, just straight up from the line chart, this is what we're seeing here. So we hop back into the candlestick charts to see exactly what's happening then. So I will use the bar replay mode whenever I'm going to show you when the entry was taken and whatnot. So that's that there on the weekly time frame. Then on top of that, I will just see and identify some nice areas that price could potentially reach. One of them being here, the top level over here. The second level, since I expect price to come here, I will just change this color from green to red because there's a high chance of selling off when it reaches that area. My second level will be here, and finally my third level will be at the top over here. So I could have 3 take profits if I wish, but at the moment I have closed positions on this trade. But if I do find any more entries, I will be looking to enter around these levels. It could be a simple price will come here. If it respects, then we'll push to the downside. If not, break, catch the retest. Same goes over here, catch the retest until we reach that level. But for now, we're trading what we see, not what we want to see. So nothing too special here on the weekly other than the fact that we have found our zones of supply and demand. Next thing is we hopped over into the daily time frame to see what was actually happening on a deeper level, my people. So here on the daily time frame, we could see like, okay, the last time price came to this section over here, we are noticing repetition of previous action. So we saw price, push to the downside. It started to move a little bit correctively. This would have been a sell zone, but instead of doing that, price pushed to the upside. So if I just do this here and I use the bars ghost pattern like so, we do have a similar type of action playing out. So there is a chance that price may actually continue pushing to the upside. And if it does keep on pushing, like I said, we will be reaching all these high levels over here. So before I'd enter that trade, we were literally somewhere over here in the charts. So when we were at this level in the charts, we needed to understand one of two things. Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? So what we need to notice is we are currently actually in the corrective phase in the market, because over here we can see that price was in a clear impulse. This is the clear correction, another impulse and another correction. So it'll be very interesting to see what actually happens after this correction. But because we have an insight of what happened previously when price did correct like so, it did end up pushing to the upside, but we will see what actually happens next. So that's that there. We hop into the line chart to see action even deeper or even better, my people. So this is quite clear to me to see what was happening. At first, it did look like there was a break of structure to the downside at this level over here, as you can see. So there was a possible potentials to be going short to the downside. As you can see, the structure did look something like this. It did break and close below here. So it could have been a potential, head and shoulder. That's the left shoulder, head, right shoulder, for price to continue pushing down, possibly form a double bottom, and then continue pushing to the upside. But in this case, price then just pushed back up, creating a new higher high coming back here. So with that being said, the next thing that I did was identify a order block or just another form of demand. So this was a form of demand here. I then just drew my rectangle square. So I then just drew my rectangle like so. So once this is done here, I will just simply look back to the candlestick chart and see what happens next. What happens next is very, very simple. I will be patient and I just wait until I get a nice close. If I see price fails to break and close below this level, then I am only looking for buying setups, my people. So once I press play, as you can see, price is pushing to the downside. And at this moment in time, it was starting to show signs of rejection, but still didn't have time to enter just yet. So what we do now is we simply wait and see how it actually closed that day. If it closes, and what I was waiting to see was for price to close like this at the exact same level. Because once I do know price comes to the very last level of the Fibonacci retracement, it has a higher chance of it even impulsing up higher to the upside. So with that being said, we head over to the line chart, we press play, and now we can see it did close right on that level. So when price had closed on that level, what we do now is I dived into the 4-hour time frame and then I started to look for my entries. It's really, really that simple, my people. So on the 4-hour time frame, forget that. So yeah, on the 4-hour time frame, we then look to see what is really happening. We need to look for our trends and all of this and all of that. So the first thing I will look for was the downtrend. So I could see there was some sort of a clear downtrend moving like so. So this downtrend was like this here. It was broken. So from this point on, I will only be looking for buying setups. As you can see, this was a nice descending channel, very impulsive, very nice from what I can see here. So on the daily time frame, this would have been a nice level of support to actually buy the market, as you can see. But since we missed the entry on the daily, what we do now is we wait for structure or break of structure on the 4-hour time frame to then enter the trade. So this is what we're looking at right now, my people. As you can see, nice bearish move to the downside. So what we are expecting now is the opposite. We are expecting price to then move bullish to the upside. So we will be looking for more bullish setups as time goes on. So at the moment we are over here. I've taken some profits out because I had maybe 5 entries. That's all I needed until I reached here. But overall the initial TP was something like this. Initial TP, something like so. Boom. But yeah, that doesn't matter right now because all the positions are closed. But yeah, then we head over to the line chart once more to see what structure is really doing, my people. So at this point over here, I did notice the way the structure was looking like. It was tantalizing, my people. It was calling me in. I just had to, you know, violate and have a few entries. So from here, we do it like so. What I noticed, the way price approached this level over here, this would have been a nice place to actually enter the market to buy. Because the way price is moving, making higher lows, making lower lows and lower highs, it then made a new lower low and it approached it very impulsively. If it approached the next level correctively, it would have been a nice move to continue to the downside. But in this case, that was not what actually happened. What had happened was something like this. It approached very impulsively and then started moving correctively to the downside. So this is very nice indication and confirmation from the daily level that we're at, that price will then push to the upside, my people. So the first entry could have been possibly somewhere here if you were looking at the charts at this moment in time. Then the second entry would have literally been at the break, retest, and push to the upside. If you did miss that, you would have been able to scale in a bit further and find entries at nice break and retest levels like so. Price came back to retest this level over here, pushing to the upside, and now we are at a double top area. So it's very interesting to see what happens next, my people. But this has been it with the trade breakdown for NZD USD. I hope you enjoyed. We literally broke this down from the weekly time frame all the way to the 4 hour time frame, which is very, very sick. Hopefully, we can catch a few more entries before price does in a nice little madness. But for that, my people, I'll leave it at that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let there be peace in the Middle East, and let my brothers and sisters be safe.